friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Kala and I are here today to talk to you about another couple really fantastic holiday books that are absolutely perfect to read this season. Honestly, they're great any time of year, but in particular, because they're centered around the holidays, they are really wonderful to read now. So I've got two that I want to talk to you about today. Both of them are brand new, very exciting. The first one is called Whiteout. Now, the really awesome, exciting thing about this book is this is by multiple authors. So it's by Dhonielle, Clayton, Tiffany Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk, and Nicola Yoon. All powerhouse authors, fantastic writers, all of them. When I knew this was coming out, I was so hyped for it because I love these authors. Individually, I love them. But I also love them because they also collaborated on another book called Blackout. Actually, here is a picture of the cover of that one, which is another really fantastic story as well. So check that one out too. But this one is definitely more of a wintry sort of story. Absolutely got romance, but it also has some other stuff too. It's got family stuff in there, drama. It's got friendship, but it is primarily a beautiful love story. So features a variety of characters. Basically what happens is a snowstorm has hit Georgia, which is like crazy because obviously it doesn't happen very often. So every once in a while, a snowstorm will hit Georgia. I forget what town it takes place in. Oh, Atlanta, what city rather. It takes place in Atlanta, Georgia. So a snowstorm has hit and it has grinded everything to a halt. Because, I know we're out here in Michigan and we're kind of used to the snow and the crazy weather. But down there in Georgia, they are not. So when they get snow, especially a lot of snow, nobody knows what to do with it. So the city basically grinds to a halt and a group of teens have to band together to try to get things running again. And it takes place with this group of teens, and every one of them is going through their own situation, but it is still a coherent, complete story that is just absolutely wonderful. It reminded me a lot of the one that John Green and Maureen Johnson wrote, that was like 3 different stories or featured a couple like different characters, but it was basically all one story, right? And this is very similar to that as well. There's a lot of different characters, a lot of different stories going on, but all featured in the same setting and situation. So this is a phenomenal book. Like I said, you don't have to read it this time of year, but it is absolutely wonderful. Whiteout. So the other one is a holiday sort of wintry story that is a little bit unusual in that it is a historical fiction book. And I feel like so many of the books that come out that are featured about holiday stuff are usually like contemporary settings. So this one is actually a historical fiction by Sally Nicholls called The Silent Stars Go By. So if you are looking for if you love historical fiction and you love books that are centered around the holidays, this is a great pick. Also, it's not very long, so it's a really short story, but still doesn't hold back on any of the punches. It's phenomenal. So this takes place actually before, during, and right after World War One, which is also a thing that I'm really excited about because so many historical fiction books focus on World War II, and World War One was also very interesting for a lot of different reasons. So this one basically features the main character who has a fiance named Harry, who is getting sent off to the war. So he's sent off to the front lines in World War One, and then he is presumed lost and missing in action. So she doesn't hear from him. She thinks he's dead. But she has a secret. And she has a secret that even in today's time could be very traumatizing for a teen, but especially back in the early 1900s, which is basically that she is pregnant with Harry's kid. So the family gets a solution to this problem. The baby is born and everything is fine. However, then sometime later, Harry comes back. It's the end of the war, 1919. Harry has come back. He's alive and he wants to rekindle the romance with Margot, but she has to figure out if she still wants that, because could this upheaval throw everything into disarray that they have worked, that her and her family have worked so hard with this situation with this baby. So there's a lot of different stuff going on here. The family dynamic, it's got romance in it too, the situation of a unplanned pregnancy, and the historical aspect, right? Like the war aspect too. This book was absolutely phenomenal for it being such a short story. Like I said, I don't even think it gets above 250, barely over 200 pages. There's a lot going on here, and it's absolutely wonderful. So if you're looking for a really great holiday story, particularly one that is like a historical fiction, look no further, because this one is amazing. The Silent Stars Go By. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that these books sound really interesting and awesome. And if so, please feel free to check them out from Farmington Community Library. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please give this video a like. Have a wonderful rest of the day.